and very honored to be by the side of one of the most incredible men that make the world a better place today. It was Nobel Prize for Peace in 2014 che è 2014. His name is Kailash Satyarthi, which means the man who looks for the truth, and is here today in Italy to help us understand and fight one of the most horrible things that still are real in our planet, which is human being trafficking, the commerce of human beings. And the word that I've heard him saying tonight more times is freedom. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
How do you think we can really find the freedom that every single human being needs and has the right to have?
For me, freedom is the most precious gift of God. So any action which hinders freedom is against divinity, is against God. We have to realize that millions of children, women and men are still enslaved. Millions of children are bought and sold like animals, and sometimes at lesser price than the animals. We have to realize that slavery is not abolished. It is very much alive in its cruelest forms. Many children make small goods, footballs, shoes, clothes, at the cost of their freedom and childhood. This is unacceptable. As consumers, we have to raise the voice that we are going to buy only those products which are freed from child slavery and human slavery and trafficking. As companies, we have to ensure that no child, no adult slave labor is involved in the production and supply of their goods. As the governments, we have to make good laws, and with honesty we have to implement those laws and spend more money in the prevention and protection of human beings, and particularly the children and women. Many times, the children and women who are victims of sufferings and slavery and particularly prostitution, they are not respected in the society, in their communities. People feel that they are offenders, or they might have done some sin. That is not true. That is not the fault of women. These are the people who are responsible. So the victims and sufferers and survivors have to be treated with dignity and respect. That culture we have to create. We have to spend more money as governments, and as conscious citizens we have to demand that the government should spend more money in ensuring education for everyone. If the whole generation is educated and free of slavery, this generation, then the next generations to come, they would be free generations. So let us begin now. We have done enough. We have globalized knowledge and economy and technology and markets and products and whatnot. This is the time to globalize compassion.
I love this way of explaining. Globalizing compassion is a goal, is something we have to reach. We are working, me and Marco Baliani and other young actors and writers, we are working and trying to tell a story about being human today. Our title is Human. And I wonder, and I ask you, doesn't it happen to you to doubt that we are still really human? You've seen horrible things. You've seen crimes against children who should be protected first of all. Do you still believe we can call ourselves human beings?
Definitely. Because we are all children of the same Father. We are the children of God. We have a sense of godliness. We have sense of a divinity, an element of divinity inside each one of us. But sometimes we just cover it up with our own lust and greediness, with our short-term gains and hatred and evils and so on. I think we have to remove that cloud so that the spark can come out. Each one of has that spark inside us, and spark of humanity. I always say that for centuries we have been teaching our children to do this and don't do this. Let us start learning from the children. What we can learn? Simplicity, transparency that reflects in their eyes and their face. We have to learn quest for learning. We can learn forgiveness from our children. We can forgive and forget if we have that sense of childhood inside us. So for me, childhood is not the age. Childhood is a virtue, a value which each one of should keep inside us and try to make the world more simpler, more happier and more peaceful.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Show me the way.